Hi, my name is Kosisochi Vanessa Uzoho. I am an attorney and feminist. I finished from the university with a second class upper and I finished from law school with a first class, emerging as third best graduating student overall, best graduating female student, best student in criminal litigation, and I won a total of 9 prizes, including the Director General's Prize for first class students. So I did 2 major things to prepare for law school. The first thing was I spoke to people who had just finished from law school. I think I also did speak to other people, including people who didn't make a first class, to just know what their law school experience was like, what to expect. And I think that helped me because I didn't go to law school entirely unprepared. Things went too strange as I experienced them. The next thing is that I went to law school with the mindset that this is a very stressful endeavor that I am about to undertake, which means that nothing else, absolutely nothing else was allowed to stress me. And with that in mind, I tailored everything. And the reality was that law school was 100 times more stressful than I expected. Even with all my questions, even with all the conversation, even with all the mental preparations and emotional preparations I tried to do, law school was a lot. It was so emotionally stressful for me. I was always sad, I was always crying. Law school is just so much information that you had to understand and assimilate well enough to write in an exam within, and especially my set backlog set, we didn't even have like the full time. So I stuck with what I know, early mornings, daytime, tried to push myself as much as I could. I bought a lot of textbooks when I got to law school, but honestly, I didn't really use them. I mostly use them as reference materials. But if I'm being honest, there's some courses I didn't even touch at all, like criminal litigation. There was no need for that textbook. The slides in Harcourt Campus were more than enough, so I was just using the slides. But the hard copy book I know I used the most was Kama, because Dr. Ebe was very insistent that we use it, but also because it turned out to be quite helpful. Mostly what I studied was somebody's notes. When you start law school, there'll be a lot of links, a lot of Google Drives going around. I remember just clicking on one of those Google Drives and using somebody's notes. At some point, I was using her note and I was trying to make my own, but eventually I stopped trying to make my own. Somebody has made the note, just use your note and don't waste your time. I will say that the most important things, in my opinion, are drafts, MCQs, and tasks. For drafts, obviously, there's no 2 ways about it. You have to practice drafts. You cannot read drafts. Like, no matter how much reading you do, you have to actually practice the drafts. Because drafts are marked sort of line by line, right? They pay attention to structure and all those things. So you have to make sure that you're actually practicing the drafts and knowing them as they are, right? Drafts is not a test of knowledge, it's a test of remembrance. So please practice your drafts.